Hey guys, welcome to Nerdarchy, for nerds by nerds. I'm Ted, and today I'm hanging out with
Nathan Nerdark.
Eric's Dave.
Eric's Ryan.
And today we have a GM 911 from the Dungeon Master Gets Deposed.
Jump down in the description below where you can find Nerdarchy the newsletter, as well as learn how to game with Nerdarchy.
So we have a GM 911 from Izo Lopez, and he got a group together, and initially he was planning to run Sky King's Thunder.
Storm King's Thunder.
Sorry, yes.
There's a Sky or Storm?
What is Sky King's Thunder?
Dude, you're going to love it. It's so much better than Storm King's Thunder.
Storm King's Thunder. And...
maybe Ted will run that Sky King's Thunder adventure for you guys.
Empire. The Sky King's Empire.
So, Storm King's Thunder, he got the group together. One of the players said, "Oh, I'd like to run the intro to this, do you mind?" He didn't think it was that big of a deal. He let him run. Well, as things kind of maneuvered on, this other DM says he wants to run the Adventure League stuff for the group and is now feeling like he's the co-DM. And Izo is like, "Well, I'm the main DM here. I want to, I got this group together for this." The other players aren't really having a problem having two different DMs, and this guy's got an issue with it.
Yeah, so like Izo basically has had his group poached or stolen from under his nose.
Then there's some issues with the guy, even though he's doing Adventure League. It sounds like he has some homebrew of his own how he does rulings on things.
The other DM,
and there's a clash.
The other DM wants to just run things straight out of the book, run the Adventure League stuff, whereas the DM in question Izo is more into homebrew, more into...
No, Nate is absolutely right, because it does mention about the other DM having his own rules that he implements, and it sounds like house rules. And
which is kind of strange.
And they're in different houses, and that's not working out.
Yeah. So he's just kind of laying this down, and the two DMs are now kind of disputing over ruling calls.
And they have gotten into arguments at the table.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And I say, well, first off, whoever is running should really have the last call on the stuff, and you shouldn't waste time. You shouldn't waste everyone else's fun on a rules call that probably isn't going to mean anything.
Really. It's not.
Is it killing a character?
Yeah.
Is it having the bad guy win and it's really bad? If that's not happening, what's the big freaking deal?
Here's the deal. You can sit in the player's chair or the DM's chair. You don't get to sit in both, right? You have to pick one, all right? Not for a campaign, but per session.
Right.
Once the session starts and you've got someone else behind that screen, they're running the game, and you have to respect that and go with their calls. Now you can choose. You don't like their calls? Don't join in their game anymore. Go find another group, whatever.
Or you can accept that at the time, and then after the session is over, you can be like, "Look, this is do you mind having this conversation?" and casually talk about the whole situations and say, "For next time, this is why I think this is a different way," and see if you can get changed.
Also, I mean, house rules are house rules. But if it's something by Raw that should very specifically be a certain way, and they're just getting the call wrong, if you citing the actual page number of hey, you're wrong because of this page. I mean, not in such a offensive way, but in a diplomatic way. Hey, by the book, it kind of says that this is how one might call and rule on this.
Yeah, or you can check out the sage advice when it's not game time.
Yeah,
after the game's over.
It really comes down to how much does the call really matter at that time too. Yeah. If it's inconsequential, stopping the game for it is not really. I don't think it's necessary. It's a bit more of a pain in the ass. You can always point out page numbers and rules at the end of the game anyway. Or, I might just snatch the book from you, beat you to death with it. Play my game!
But the major point of this is this guy got this group together and then basically acquiesced a slot for, hey, you can run this.
The prequel.
You can run the prequel. Yeah. He didn't say you can run the prequel and anything else you feel like trying to squeeze in later. It should have been... he probably didn't. He shouldn't have to explicitly have said, "You can run just this and that's it."
Yeah.
If the person that snagged this thinks that, well, they're just taking liberties with another person's generosity.
Yeah.
Which really pisses me off.
On the flip side, though, I would say that I see this guy as kind of lucky. We very rarely find the situation where someone's like, no, I want to DM more. Most times it's all right.
Yeah, but this individual, Izo, is definitely decided, like, I got the group together to run this game. Like, they specifically, like, cobbled these... They brought the band together, this band of ragtag heroes together to play Storm King's Thunder, and he wants to run it. And I would kind of understand. It's like, I don't know, organizing, like, a sports team and then, like, having somebody take your mantle of coach away, if that's what you wanted to do, right?
That's true.
So, it's got to be like, hey, listen, I explicitly got this group together to do this thing. It sounds like his players aren't going to care because they just want to
kill giants, giants
and roll some funny shaped dice. But it's a conversation with the other game master, dungeon master, that, hey, I explicitly got this group together to do this thing, and now the thing that I wanted to do, I can't do because you're kind of taking it out of my hands.
Yeah,
right?
so you could do a couple things. One, you can have a conversation with this guy, or
throat punch.
Sort of. I was going to say hire a secret cabal of assassins to take care of this guy.
Yeah.
Oh my God, guys!
Take him out to lunch.
So all right,
Take him away.
You can have a conversation with the guy. You can say, all right, fine. You know, this isn't working anymore, and stop playing. Which I don't think that's really anything that this guy is really interested in doing. Is there any other?
So you're leaving out my cabal of secret assassins and beating the guy to the death with the book?
I would say
we live in the Soprano state. That should actually be an option.
Let's walk it back from Soprano-esque style things and say, well, you could just, when you call everybody and say, let's get together, not call them. I mean, that's total jerk, and you should really just have a conversation.
Be an adult.
But I would say, if you have the conversation and this person still wants to steal your spot, because basically you gave them a spot. That's like if I gave...
It's giving
I
an inch
opened
into
my wallet and gave someone $5, and they're like, "Yes, I would like the rest of that money, please." You're mugging me at that point.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Don't be Dungeon Master mugged is what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So with that, guys, how would you handle it at your table? Has a similar situation happened? Would you just kick them out of your group? What would you do? Let us know in the comments below. While you're at it, like, share, and subscribe.
You can check out the cruise option we have for fantasy.
You can check us out over on Facebook.
Also, check out the articles over at nerdarcade.com.
So until next time,
Stay nerdy.